What's up, Tricology family? Welcome back to another episode of the Tricology News Talk. In today's episode, we got some more news and updates for you guys. So let's not waste time. Let's get straight into it. So we have a couple of movies that has been shifted. So let's start off with the first one, and that is Wonder Woman 1984. So it was supposed to come out in the first weekend of October, which is October 2nd. But that has been moved to Christmas Day. And this is one of the reasons that it had been moved. One of the reasons is that with the release of Tenet now to be in the theaters, and they don't want to raise the competition between Tenet and Wonder Woman if Wonder Woman was originally scheduled to open October 2nd, and because with the pandemic and with the stuff going on, the Warner Brothers want Tenet to boost up their box office numbers so they can get more money in the box office, not only domestically and internationally as well. So they want to make sense. So that's one of the reasons why Wonder Woman got moved to Christmas Day instead of October 2nd. And another second reason is because not many major cities, including San Francisco, Los Angeles, and New York, movie theaters has been open yet. So because those are the three cities that you would normally see movies make a big premiere, movie premiere, and also a lot of movie ticket sales, during those cities. So that could be another other reason, but it could have been moved. But I'm not. This is kind of like I don't know, the fifth or sixth time it got moved. I wouldn't say that, because it was originally come out in June. Then it got moved to August. Then it got moved to October, and now it's gonna move to December. So and it's not really bad because the last DC movie that made a lot of money during the month of December was Aquaman. So I'm pretty sure that that Wonder Woman 1984 will make a lot of money once the pandemic kind of slowed down and mostly all the movie theaters are back and open and it's full capacity. So that could be a good site for Wonder Woman 1984. But we'll just have to wait and see what will be the numbers from going into December as we're going forward. And moving on, another movie has been pushed back, and that is Jordan Peele's adaptation of Candyman. Now that it got moved. It was originally supposed to come out in June. Then it got moved to September. Then it got moved to October. And now, get this, it has now been moved to 2021 with no official release date on it. It just say 2021, no month or no date yet. So we have to wait to see on the update and see what will be the official release date for Candyman was going to be released in 2021. So, and I honestly thought that this movie could have released. This could have gone either way. That movie could have been released in either theatrical or theatrical and premium VOD. And honestly, I don't want to see this movie come out in premium VOD. I want to see this movie in theaters. So I think they kind of made a good move for that for 2021. I just hope it come out like real early, like in like March, like kind of like with Jordan Peele's latest horror film Us did in March. So that will be a good month place to release Candyman in 2021. And those are the following two movies that's been shipped to them. But going on to some more news and update, and that's on the Fast and the Furious 9. Now we already know that's movie gonna come out in 2021, but it has some major news update in regards to the Fast and Furious 9, and which that is like someone actually spoiled that Fast and the Furious is going to be heading up to the stars, which means outer space. And it's kind of crazy. I mean, we all pitched that was going to happen, But until one of the in a recent interview with Michelle Rodriguez, who is Letty Ortiz as well, they said this in an interview saying, "Oh, no way! How did you guys find that out? See what happens? People start talking behind the scenes, man. When a movie doesn't come out and forget about it, things get out. Nobody was supposed to know that. Oh well, no, I'm not, and I'm not lucky to hit space. But we did get a female writer to show a lot of love, I think, on this one. So based on the comments that Michael Rich said that they are going to outer space, but Michelle Rodriguez's character, Lady Ortiz, is not going to be one of those who's going to be any outer space. It's probably going to be maybe like two members going out of space. And I know definitely it's going to be Dominic Troy is going to be one of them. So that's for updated news going into the Fast and Furious 9 in next year in April. So I'm kind of interested when that's going to happen, and I can predict that's probably going to happen like during the climax of like the final scene of Fast and Furious 9. I could be wrong, but that's my prediction on that when they show the the outer space scene. But yeah, on to the next topic. So we're gonna be talking about the Oscars and the new Oscar qualifying diversity rule that caused a panic oration. So in this new rule, in order to be qualified for Oscar nominations, a film only has to meet two of the following standards. And I'm gonna read as follows. So standard number one, in front of the camera. To satisfy the demands of standard A, only one of these three criteria needs to be met. Rule number one, at least one actor from the underrepresented racial or ethnic group must be cast in a signified role. Rule number two, the story must center on women, the LGBTQ people, a racial or ethnic group, or the disabled. And rule number three, at least 30% of the cast must be actors from at least two of those four underrepresented categories. And then going into to standard B, behind the camera. Rule number one, two or more department heads, meaning jobs like director, cinematographer, or composer, must be female, LGBT, disabled, or part of an underserved racial ethnic group. Rule number two, at least 6 other crew members must be from an underserved racial ethnic group. And rule number three, at least 30% of the film's crew must hail from the 4 underrepresented groups critically laid from these guidelines. And here's standard C, which follow the distribution and finance. Rule number one, the film's distributor and financing company must have at least 2 interns from an underrepresented group. Rule number two, the film's production, distributor, and financing company must offer training or work opportunities to people from those underrepresented groups. And then standard D, marketing and publicity. Some of these senior marketing, promoter, and distributor executives from a film are from underrepresented groups. So for me, looking at these two standards, you can easily get at least 2 of these standards and be considered. So C and D is the most easy one to regard. And if you can easily get standard A and B, you automatically are entering in a nomination category for the Oscars. So to me that is a win-win. But it only depends on the critics and the fable of a certain film it is. Despite having all these standards, but the film has to be likable. by the critics and the fans, and also meet at least two of these standards as a following going forward into the Oscars nomination. And then lastly for today, so we already know that Sony has not any movies coming out this year, but one of the Sony's a big operating team said this in the following as regard to that statement as accused. Now I'll read as it is. We won't do what we won't do is make the mistake of putting every very expensive $200 million movie out in the market unless they're sure that the theaters are open and operating at a certain capacity. So, the news came directly from the Sony Picture Entertainment chairman Tony Bashar, who was recently a guest on the Bank of America's 2020 Media Communication and Entertainment Conference. And during the conference, Jimmy addressed the nausea of releasing blockbusters in the current marketplace since the theaters have been reopened in the U.S. throughout much of the world. And based on his words, if things aren't noble by the time films like Morbius, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, or Ghostbusters are set to hit the screens, expect more delays in the future. Well, I can only say that by this that when the theaters are reopening, they should at least a certain capacity by at least November or December, and to look at it, Morbius and Ghostbusters, if I'm standing correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, those movies should go be live in next year in March. So why would you make this comment if you already know that some of your movies that's not going to be out this year, and you're not even sure when this vaccine is going to come to, and I can stay pretty sure that by November or December, all the theaters going to be reopened, and it should be reopened by at a significant capacity at that time. So I think Sony movies are going to be fine, and they should be reopened next year. So I wouldn't say I want them to drop the gun of delay more of their big budget movies just yet. So keep it tight, guys. We're hanging there. We're gonna get through it soon. But that's my topics for you guys today. Let me know in the comment section what you think about those topics I discussed today. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell when new episodes are uploaded. And other than that, this is Trico, and I'm signing off. Peace.